Hey guys, today my houseplants need a little attention and I thought I would just let you watch me take care of my houseplants. I have lots of ivies. Actually, we had a video way back when we first started and I had all my ivies and plants on the kitchen table. So you might want to go back and look at that. They're all the same plants. Some of them, through time, the dirt has just eroded and I'm going to add some fresh dirt around them. Some of them just need a little water, and some of them have the little gemstones in them that I'm going to have to take out before I even start. So, I'm going to go ahead and start with this little one. I call it a mother-in-law tongue. Some people call it a snake plant. We have a huge one out on the back porch, and we have had people ask about that. But if you can see, the dirt is kind of low, and it has those little gems in it to make it look cute. So I'm going to take those out, and then I'm going to just add some more potting soil to it. I just got a bag at Dollar General. This is a container mix with moisture minder and fertilizer. I think it was only $2 or $3 at Dollar General, and y'all know that's where we shop. So I knew all of these plants needed some extra dirt. I'm pretty good about watering them. I'm not pretty good about adding extra dirt. See how cute all the little, well, you can't see them. All the little stones are. So I want to be able to reuse them all. I had a lot of costume jewelry back in the day. You know, I sold Avon for 20 years. And as the necklaces and stuff would break, rather than throw them away, I'd take the little jewels and use them for things like this. Okay, so this plant was already watered, you can tell. But I'm just going to add the potting soil right on top. And then I'm going to go ahead and water that down just a little on that on top because it has been watered good on the rest of the dirt. Okay. It is draining out, so I'm going to let it sit there just a second. And the little plate that I had my plant on is one of those from my mom's house. So I'm going to give that a little rinse. Don't want any, long-term watermarks on it or rust. I just like using them. And then I'll give that just a little quick dry off. And now you can, the dirt is up to the top, and never mind the phone ringing in the background. Those pesky salesmen, they always bother you during the day, don't they? Tell me they do. Now I'm going to take these little gemstones that I had. I'm going to give them a little wash right here in my hands. And then I'm going to sprinkle them back around the top. Clean my little pot off. It is still draining, but I'm going to let it drain on the little plate. A few more little gemstones. You can buy these little stones at, you know, Walmart or Dollar General. They're like $1 for a little bag of them. That's really draining out because I see it all over the plate here. So, I have a little towel over here. I'm going to put it on the towel and let it finish soaking up before I put it on the little plate. Alrighty. What's up next? Did want to show you this one. It's just a little ivy that I had in water. I had it in a clear vase. It just wasn't doing anything, and so I had this dark vase, and I tried it in that, but like some of the leaves are just curling up and dying, and so as much as I like to have them in those little containers, because I do think they're very cute, I think I'm just going to go ahead and put it in another one of these plants when I add some dirt to it. You know, it's got a nice root on it. I don't know why, it just was not, that one does not have much of a root, and it's looking pretty weak. I'm going to just pull that big one off. This one's got pretty good roots. This one doesn't have much. I can hear my husband in the background editing videos as we speak. That's a little bitty one with a root. So these other ivies that I have that I'm just going to be adding dirt to, I'm just going to throw some of them in there. Alright, so next I guess I'll go with this one. It's another ivy. And got a nice runner on it. It's also on one of those cute little plates. I'm going to, it does not have any little sparklies in it. Oh, that's Gooby barking, don't think anything of that. This is one of those little globes that you put water in and it adds water to your plant. Gooby, please be quiet. He always has to get the last word. I don't really like these, but I had it in there just because I didn't want to throw it away and it looked good. But it's time for it to go. I'm going to put it aside. Alright, now I'm just going to add some soil right into that one like I did that other little pot. Remember, this says container mix with moisture, minder, and fertilizer, so hopefully that is what it is. So I'm just going to add some dirt right there in the center, I guess, and then I'll just move it around. I'll show you the plants at the end. As always, I'm doing this with my phone, and I do not have a wide angle lens, so you're not getting a good view. But at the end, I will pick the phone up and show you all the plants. Ivies are probably the easiest thing in the world to grow. If you're a beginner houseplant person, go buy you a $10 or $15 ivy plant, and when it starts getting these roots like this, you cut them off like I did these, and you stick them in water. They start rooting out, and before you know it, you're like me. You've got more ivies than you know what to do with. Let's see. That might be enough. You probably cannot see, but it's all the way up to the top pretty much. A lot of times, most times, I take those runners and I just keep curling them back up in the pot. This one I just wanted to let go. So now I'm going to add some water into this one. I could also do it this way, I guess. drip a little bit. Put it back on that plate for just a second. Got some of the potting soil down in there. I want to make sure and get that out. Alright. And you know, I could have put some of those. That's what I'm going to do. Some of these I'm going to put down in there. It's wet now, so it'll be easy to stick those in there. One momento. Alright, so there's really not that many. I'm just going to stick the whole group right here in this one plant. That's a little tiny baby one. I'll save that by itself. But I just take the roots pretty much where the ends all go together. And I'm just going to make a hole right there and stick all these in there. I'm just digging back in with my hands in the dirt. Covering that hole back up with dirt. Wipe my dirty fingers off. It's still dripping, but this is the one I just put in here, this tall one. And it'll probably start falling over, but it will, even if it falls over, it's going to keep rooting out. So now I'm going to take this over here and let it sit on this towel. I'm going to bring the finished mother-in-law tongue back over here out of the way. That one was really super duper spongy wet. I'm going to get another towel. Alright. Next up is this big puppy. It's huge. It's pretty heavy. It needs a little dirt, not a lot. It's been doing great. Actually, someone gave me a plant in a container like that. It was a different color. And I broke it. And I was devastated because I loved it so much. So I went back and they didn't have one just like it, but I got this one anyway. I'll tell you though, it makes for a heavy plant and in that big pot. So let's see here. This one didn't need that much dirt. A little bit more. I realized, guys, if I had a camera where you could see down into what I'm doing in, it would be better, but I don't. So, well, I do, but I don't know how to use it. And you guys that follow along with me just know how it is. It's how we roll, how I roll. Alright. Getting that dirt down into this big tea kettle. And then I'm going to give it just a little bit of water. Just to get it settled down in there. And this one has the attached tray for drainage. It's not draining yet, but I'm going to go ahead and put it over here. see what's next. Okay, here's another one. Another ivy that just needs some water. I mean, not water, dirt. It needs some dirt. But it has those little, the cute little rocks in it. So I'm going to try to pick some of them out. These are jewels from a necklace I had. I don't know if you can see. They're really kind of cute. I may not put them back in there because that's full, but... shiny little jewels. I'm not going to put them back in this one. You can barely see them anyway. And some little red berry decorations that I had in there. Just random things in there. I'm not sure. I know that was from a necklace I had. And it's too cute to just bury with dirt when I can put them in something else. Alright, so I'm going to add a little bit of dirt into here. I'm almost through with adding dirt, folks. I love plants. I think they're just like everything else. You can get too many of them. As long as I love every plant I have, I'm good. If they become a nuisance and I don't think they're pretty anymore, then they need to be planted somewhere else or given away or something like that. But right now, I love all of them. Okay. I'm going to water that down. Just to get it to settle down in there. Settle down, dirt. See if I can get this other big plant. It's not dripping, so I'm going to move it back out of... Oh, it is dripping. Not bad. I'm moving it. Oh. This has become a messy video. Dang it. Alright. So... this one, I think I'm going to put back on its plate and move it back over here out of the way. And this one's going to go over there and drain. And I have one more that needs dirt. Another big ivy. It's very lightweight though because it needs dirt. There are no pretty little things in there. Rocks and gems and... okay. A little more. Let's see. Spread it around in there. Okay. And give that one some water. Put it back on its little plate. and drain. And then we're through adding dirt. Okay. Now, I'm going to get those plants over here and give them a little water. The next one up is Aloe Vera. If you've watched on the back porch, I have a big aloe vera plant. I also have a large one like that in the front. If you know anything about aloe vera, you know they're very handy if you have a burn. This soil with this aloe vera in it is mostly sandy. I'm not quite sure where I got the dirt from, or where, when, how, or who. Okay, let that drain a little. Probably have to empty that. And then I have this one, which is mostly ivy. And then this tall, which I call this tall stuff devil's ivy. I'm really not sure if that's what it is or not. That's what I call it. Just needs a little bit of water. I leave this one sitting at the end of the staircase. There's a window there that gets into morning light, and does pretty good. I know I need to get some more things to make it stand up straight, but when these start hanging down like that, I just kind of curl them up with these other ones up here. I have some little sticks in there with these little like baby barrettes, and I just clip them up so they'll stand up straight. Alright, and then this is one of the larger ones. It is also that what I call devil's ivy, and it's quite a nice pot of it. Give that one just a little water, and I see some that are dying off. Need to go. Okay, just a little water for this one. And while that one drains, I'm going to show you this. It's a bird cage. I have an ivy in it. Matt gave it to me one Mother's Day, and it had some plants in it that no longer exist. So I put one of my standby ivies in it. This is a very shallow dish, so it dries out rather quickly. And there's no drainage in there, so I do have some big rocks in the bottom, as well as the the colored gems on top. So I'm just going to give that a little water. It usually just soaks right into the bottom. Let's see if it does. If I show you, it'll drip out. Okay. And then I'm just going to put it right back in here. Put the bird back in the bird cage. And close the bird cage up. I have a small cup of aloe vera and a small thing in the water, which is the lucky bamboo plant. If you hang on. This is the other lucky bamboo plant I have. It's really tall. Y'all know we've talked about H-E-B is our Texas grocery store. Well, they sell those little bamboo plants, the little sticks, for 99 cents each. So you can just get a bunch of them. But anyway, I had one of those lucky bamboo that the stick turned yellow, and it was dying, and so I cut a little piece of it off and stuck it in water to see if it would grow, and it's still growing. So, extra lucky bamboo, I guess. And then just to give this aloe just a little bit of water. This cup, I got an orchid in it for Mother's Day one year, and the orchid didn't make it. I found out I'm not an orchid person. So, let me try to put my plants back together here. Oh my goodness. They're still draining. All right. So, I'm going to put these back over there, and then I'm going to just give you a view around, okay? Move my stuff. Alright, so we have all of these plants. Okay, so now I'm through watering the plants. What am I going to do? I don't know, but stick around. You never know what Melanie and George will be doing. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, leave me a comment telling me what kind of plants you have. Do you enjoy taking care of them? And is it true that only wicked women can grow ivies? I don't know. Let me know.